We Finns are very shy people. We don't usually tell the rest of the world that we're actually the best country in the world. We're so shy that when an extrovert and an introvert Finn speaks to you, there's a difference. An introvert, when he speaks to you, looks at his own feet, and an extrovert, when he speaks to you, looks at your feet. But don't worry about the shyness, we're pretty honest. Nice to do business with.
My husband and I were flying from Moscow to New York a couple of years ago, and we were talking on the airplane, and then I went back to the stewardesses. I wanted some water, and they started talking to me in English, obviously thinking that we were Americans, and I answered in Russian, and they sort of lit up and they said, "Oh, nashi," because they understood that I'm a Finn. They could hear from my Russian accent that I was a Finn, so immediately I was 100 meters closer to them than if I were an American. So I think that goes to show how the Russians see Finns. They see Finnish people, Finnish businessmen as very close partners and more to their liking, let's say that, and more like them. So we're partly Russian, I would say.
I remember it was late 80s and I was traveling in Siberia to the oil fields, and the project was one of the first, or actually the first joint venture between Russian and American oil companies. I was presenting a construction company at that time, and we went over there and started the negotiations. We had all the local. There was local ladies. They were translators, and speaking perfect Oxford English. And then we had the guys from Texas, Houston, from the American side. And the Russians were talking, and the Americans were most likely understanding everything. But when the Americans were talking, and they were translated to the Russians, I noticed that the translators can't actually understand half what the Americans are saying. So in the end of the day, I ended up to translate these cultural things between US, Texas, Oxford English and Russia. And which was funny in a way that a Finnish guy sitting there in between those people were kind of helping them out.
So I moved to St. Petersburg, Russia some 10 years ago. Everybody was thinking that I'm probably a little bit crazy. Russians are very weird and strange. When I first days I came here and I took the metro, I was having probably even longer and blonder hair than I have now. And I was watching that everybody's watching me. These are very, very weird people. What's going on here? I later that week went to this traditional party with Russians. Everybody has been talking that they drink so much vodka, and they did. I tried to drink as much as they did, but somehow I just came half through. Probably the reason is that I was also drinking lots of red wine and beers and so on, that the Russians never mix together. I learned to know that afterwards. What others I've seen here is that when we went to our first events, the media and people, when they come there, I went to sit last in the rows, and the media and everybody else goes always in the front. In Finland you usually start filling up from the back and then come to the front. So nowadays when I walk on Nevsky Prospect, I've been here 10 years, I can immediately spot the Finnish person. I can also see those Finnish guys that are of course trying to drink vodka with the Russians and come only half through because they're drinking all the other drinks that they shouldn't be drinking. And when we today have the press conference, the Finnish media sits in the back and the Russian media sits in the front. In the end, the conclusion, maybe it's not Russians that are weird, probably it's the Finns. Thank you.
So one of the big issues that I've learned in Russia is that when you're actually having lunch, you should always have 3 courses. So you should always have salad, soup, and the main course. And if you want to make a commotion in your own organization, drop one of these meals, and you basically will have a revolution. So if you want to keep your staff happy, always offer soup, salad, and main course, and things will work out okay.
Right, I was asked if there is some interesting cultural changes between Russia and Finland, and yes, I have faced one quite interesting. It's not a big challenge, but anyway, it might sound a quite funny story. I have tried, also all my colleagues, we have tried for several years to teach our waiters with one important topic. I mean, when we have a very important clients with us, for example, having lunch or dinner, even breakfast, and always our waitress, my staff, they are first serving me, and only after that they are recognizing that I am with important clients. So, especially for the Finnish clients, international guests, it looks a bit not silly, not stupid, but anyway strange. So, this is my big goal someday, to make all our waiters to understand when I visit in our restaurants with clients, I am only the second one to serve.